From football to then his global foundation work across 74 countries, Tim Tebow has a message for you, and it's in his brand new book. Mission Possible, Go Create a Life That Counts, encourages people to find their passion and make a difference. I had a chance to sit down with Tim to talk about his personal mission statement, his faith, and how everyone can create a life with meaning and purpose. Heisman Trophy winner turned professional athlete, now author of yet another best-selling book. Tim Tebow's here. Tim, the book is called Mission Possible, Go Create a Life That Counts. Why did you write this?
To encourage people. Honestly, just to encourage people so that they know their worth and their value and they know their purpose.
You talk about in your book having your own personal mission statement, actually grabbing a pen and writing it down. What's yours?
To bring faith, hope, and love to those needing a brighter day in their darkest hour of need. And it was really started by when I was 15 years old. I met a boy in the jungles of the Philippines who was born with his feet on backwards, and I knew that day that I had a new mission, and it wasn't to play football, baseball, or basketball, but it was to love every single boy or girl around the world like him.
Where did that come from in you, that you were never really afraid of public opinion?
Well, that's actually not necessarily the case. I'm actually, by nature, I'm a people pleaser, to be honest with you. I am someone that, I'm the baby of 5. My family, I've always wanted everybody to like me, to please them, to make people laugh. But then I was realizing likes are very fickle. They come and they go. And we live in a society where likes are everything for a lot of people. How many people like your social media? How many people like your YouTube video? How many people like your picture? How many people like this? How many people like that? But likes come and go. But then I started to make a transition from likes to respect. You see, respect is something that's a lot harder to earn, but it lasts a lot longer. So what would happen if social media today, if we switched it from, hey, when I post something, what happened if we switched it from likes to how many people respect it?
Your chapter on patience and being in the waiting room of life can be one of the most frustrating tests that any of us go through. How have you gotten through those times where you really had to sit and wait?
You see, when you trust God and His plan for your life, even though you don't know it, when you trust Him, that also means that you're more willing to wait. But patience also doesn't mean do nothing. You know, you can work on the things you know you're supposed to do and work on who you're supposed to become, even while you're waiting on maybe what the next step is ultimately in my path, but it doesn't mean I'm waiting on growing, on becoming who I'm supposed to be.
People might say, well, it's easy to have a mission when you're Tim Tebow and when you have resources and people know your name. What about the average Joe? How do I have a mission that has an impact?
Yes, we tell stories of people that have a lot of stuff and on mission, but we also tell stories of people that don't have a lot of stuff and are still on mission. And why we call it Mission Possible is possible means to be able. And every single one of us is able to accomplish the mission that God has given us. He hasn't given us an impossible mission. He's giving us a mission that we can accomplish. Wherever He's put you, it might not be your end destination, but the job He's put you, there's something for you to do.
So again, the book is called Mission Possible. Also comes in 2 versions, one for adults and then a children's book with the same title.
He's always been very positive. He's achieved a lot. He's had his challenges too. It hasn't always been successful, but he's kept that attitude.
You know, I thought it was interesting because you look at him and he seems to always have some level of success and everybody knows who he is. But he said right during the pandemic, he was really hoping to play baseball again. And then all the teams, of course, got shut down. And here he was back in the waiting room of life, wondering what's next and how he has a brand new book.
So he did that, kept moving, kept doing
Kept going for one step in front of the other.